holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy.
Let's raise the roof. We have come together as family, and we have come here as we are. We have come together wide open. We have gathered here in love, and Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Sing it out. The Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. The Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm our life as sacred, and we declare that peace is here. And Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. I sang it, now you sing it. All together. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Caleb, Harry, and John, give it up for the band. Easter Sunday, CSL.
Good morning and happy Easter to each of you. Yes, let's give it up for our band. We have the most fabulous band. John Olson on drums, Harry Olson on bass, and Caleb Kovar on the keyboard. And how we love our band. And of course, our guest musician today. Don't you adore him? Cody Quayles is globally recognized touring artist and award-winning songwriter. And I happen to know he's going to sing some of his music for us today that he wrote. His original music has charted internationally on iTunes, and he has twice appeared as a speaker on the TEDx stage. In 2022, Cody was invited to be a voting member of the Recording Academy. That's the Grammy Awards. He is an educator of the vocal arts and enjoys a full private lesson studio in Louisville, Colorado. Additionally, Cody has been an integral part of the Colorado music scene, headlining with his contemporaries at Red Rocks Amphitheater, Paramount Theater, and making special appearances at Mile High Stadium, Ball Arena, Coors Field, and First Bank Center. His most treasured accomplishments are his 5 incredible children and marriage to his wife, Marlena. So if you're here visiting us for the first time today, welcome, welcome. So you're considered a visitor today, but by the end of service, you are now part of the CSL Parker family. And if you'd like to give us a chance to know a little bit more about you, there are visitor cards on the table as you come in. If you fill them out, that will give us a chance to add you to our list. We do not spam people with email. But every week we send out a newsletter on Wednesday that tells you what's going on in our congregation for the week. And so we would love to include you in that, and we would love to include each and every one of you, as I said, as a part of our family. So if you look around you, sitting amidst you are some people who have on white stoles. Those are our prayer practitioners, and they're a very important part of our organization. They hold our community in prayer, and they will pray for any and all of you if you have a need. If you have something you want to celebrate, something you want guidance for, something you just want to take to the Lord, if you would tap one of them on the shoulder after service, they would be happy to go aside and pray for you about that concern. Who could ask for a better Easter altar? Isn't this beautiful? This was done by our very own Janice DeBaca, and she always does such a beautiful job. So next week, our men's and women's ministries meet after service. Anyone is welcome to attend. If you need more information, for the men, you can contact Bob Duvall. Bob, could you raise your hand? And for the women, Sharon Jones, who I don't believe is here today. So you can tap me, you can tap Jeanette, and we'll give you more information. So, you know it's Easter Sunday. And what is Easter Sunday without an Easter egg hunt for the kids? And so, each one of us has a chore. These are all the Easter eggs, and they need to be hid around this room before, at the end of service, I go back and tell Shirley that we are ready for the kids for their Easter egg hunt. So once I finish announcements, I'm going to be passing out Easter eggs in the sections, and if you would split them up and you guys would help us by hiding them for the children. Yes, please don't hide them around the altar. And with it being Easter, today we are having a fellowship Easter feast. And we would like to have each of you stay and break bread with us. You know, it brings everybody closer together because we get a chance to sit and visit with each other and really get to know each other. And it builds the strength of our family. So please join us after service and partake of our feast. Today our minister is Russell Dennis. And we have heard from him a few times, and we are looking forward to today. Russell is a licensed religious science practitioner at New Dawn Center for Spiritual Living in Aurora. He speaks and writes on topics that include spirituality, personal development, leadership, business strategy, capital for business growth, systems for effective management, and funding for nonprofits. And if you don't know Russell, take a moment after service and come up and shake his hand. You will love him. He is the most authentic, genuine, loving person you would ever want to meet. And so now I will turn the service over to our practitioner on duty today, Luann Hillisland. I'll do them after you do your prayer.
Good morning. And happy Easter. And let us go within. There is one life one radiant, renewing presence, forever rising in and through each of us and through all of creation. This life is the very pulse of infinite love, the intelligence of divine mind, the essence of our wholeness. Today, may we each rise into a clearer knowing of the divinity that we are. Today, may we each raise our own consciousness. Today, in these sacred moments together, may we claim a fresh beginning, a spiritual rebirth as we listen to the wisdom of our favorite Russell and become mesmerized by the music of Cody and all the band. Just flow with the music and completely enjoy this loving community. Today, may that love fill us and raise us up to the very highest level. May peace surround us and move through us. May joy become a light within us and through us. I bless these words, and I bless each one of us. Knowing that today is beautiful and today is perfect. And with the greatest gratitude and thanksgiving, please join me in saying, and so it is. Now you each have cards. And let's say what's on these cards together. We, the beloved community of CSL Parker, call forth through the divine field the minister who is perfectly aligned with our soul's next evolution. We celebrate our presence as a high vibration community, heart-guided, love-expressing, alive in sacred service, and inclusive of all ages, races, and lifestyles. Standing as a lighthouse for humanity, we release all ego, resistance, fear, and urgency. In trust, gratitude, and unity, we affirm that the one presence is already weaving the path that brings our minister to us now. And so it is. Thank you.
Within me lies a weary soul, with ancient ties to the world before the storm came. Within me lies the inquiry. Within me lie the answers too. Within me lie my ancestors, with ancient ties to the world before the storm came. Their every effort, every tear, their every step has led me here. I can hear a winter's call. Its restless winds begin to move. We've harvested the autumn's worth. The sustenance will hold us through. I can hear the voices call. Can you hear the voices too? From deep within they urge me on. I'm starting to remember.
And we come together to celebrate the rhythm of life, the cycle of life and death, the natural replacement of things that no longer serve us, to step into a new and bolder sense of self. To recognize that as we move into the chrysalis, as the caterpillar does, what takes place in that space is a complete dissolving of what was there before, to take on a new form, a different form, to step into a magnificence that has been placed there from time immemorial, that great essence and divine perfect spark that each and every one of us are as a unique expression of that one perfect life. We move away from the places of fear and doubt into the knowing that we are perfect, whole, complete in form and substance, and that Spirit is calling, always calling for us to express in greater ways, because we are more than we believe we are. We are plugged into an infinite source, and we get to learn to know that source, become more intimate with it, because that source is closer to us than our breath. We die each day when we lay down and close our eyes to sleep and awake to a new expression that's just a little bit closer to that divine ideal, stepping into the divine spark that we are, and we are here to celebrate that oneness and that divinity and all that is available to us. And we move into that place of divinity. We let this go. We release it into that divine idea, that law which works flawlessly. And so it is.
Springtime song with drums and bells and a choir's tune. Perhaps I am awakening. Within me lies revival too. At night I whisper to the trees, and they in turn they speak to me. What's it mean to be free? Within me lies the inquiry. Ah, Within me lies the inquiry. Akashic belly soul am I. Within me lie a passenger. Within me lies a weary soul, with ancient ties to the world before the storm came. Within me lie the answers seen. Within me lie the inquiry. Sorry, I guess there's one more song. Because the next tune we're going to do is, I felt it was appropriate because it speaks to some ancestral lineage and the inheritance that we get, that we get to transform and rebirth every day. As Russell said, every day. It's a beautiful thing. This is called Colorado. It's a home song, and it's true. It's autobiographical. Whoa. Before I was born, my mama packed her bags and headed west. My elders hail from Indiana, where my grandmama played on a church piano and my granddaddy played guitar. Sometimes at service, more nights in bars. And I was only 4 years old when he called me on stage one night. We played Straight Cat Strut, we were down in Florida, and I can't deny it made me wanna free myself from this mortal cage. Yeah, I felt so at home up upon that stage, but the Rocky Mountains is where I was grown, with a band and a family I call my own. And before the boys and I hit the road, I say a silent prayer. Save a place for us, Colorado, no matter where we go or where we roam. Save a place for us, Colorado, whoa, 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 that's my home. A lot of songs to share out there, we've got a lot of heart to fill the space. But save a place for us, Colorado, so when I get home I can show my face. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Now out west, come home to Seattle. The Black Hills have beauty that pack the ammo. Down to Texas, but hold your saddles, cause we got friends in Fort Worth that drive the cattle. To the northeast coast, where the cities rattle with tales of revolution, historic battles. Then down to Florida, and right through Georgia into New Orleans and those voodoo shadows. But the Rocky Mountains is where I was grown, with a red rock throne that we call our own. And before the boys and I hit the road, I say a silent prayer. Save a place for us, Colorado, no matter where we go or where we roam. Save a place for us, Colorado, whoa, 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 that's my home. A lot of songs to share out there, we've got a lot of heart to fill the space. Save a place for us, Colorado, so when I get home I can show my face. Tell 'em, tell 'em, tell 'em, tell 'em, tell 'em about where you from. You can sing that with me. Tell 'em, tell 'em, tell 'em, tell 'em, tell 'em about where you from. Caleb, take it away. Tell 'em, tell 'em, tell 'em, tell 'em, tell 'em about from where you come. Save a place for us, Colorado, no matter where we go or where we roam. Save a place for us, Colorado, whoa, 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 that's my home. A lot of songs to share out there, we've got a lot of heart to fill the space. But save a place for us, Colorado, so when I get home I can and show my face. Save a place for us, Colorado. Save a place for us, Colorado. Tell them about where you from. I'm gonna ask you to help me out here at the end, all right? Tell them about where you from. It goes, tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them about where you from. Tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them about where you from. Let's do that again. Tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them about. I'm from Louisville, Colorado. Tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them about from where you come. Go on and tell them. Feel alive this morning. I'm looking forward to you.
The place that we're all from is that cradle of perfection that is spirit. And it's about remembering. Somewhere along the line, we forgot. We forgot that we were connected. We've got a lot of large souls with short legs that we're going to get to hide eggs for. That's going to be a lot of fun. And you know, they are very connected in a natural way to that source. They're very open. Over time, we learn things. We lose that sense of wonder. We lose that desire to question. Have you noticed how many questions that children ask? They ask a lot of questions about everything. What happens to that curiosity over time? What happens to us? We start to forget. We start to forget that anything is possible, that sense that anything is possible, and start embracing fear and limitations. Now, this isn't something that's done by design. I can't imagine any parent holding their son or daughter for the very first time and looking down on that beautiful little being. Oh, you're so beautiful. What can I do to screw you up? How can I create a sense of fear and unworthiness and victimhood? How do I create that? That is not what we do. We have a little thing that we call race memory. It's the collective suffering from humanity that started way back when. We carry that, and then we pick up our own life experiences. Some of them may not be too good. But what I'm here to remind you today, and I do this to you every time I come here, is that your life matters. You're worth your very best effort, and there's never anything to fix. How do you fix perfection? How do you do that? We're all born from one perfect life, one perfect source that becomes what it loves. If you want to know what God looks like, any room you walk into, just look around. And if you look around you here and now. If you want to know what God looks like, God's sitting next to you. A perfect expression unlike any other, anywhere else, that is God expressing as only each and every one of you can express. And that's really good news. When we come to Easter, we talk about celebrating new life. It culminates in Good Friday in the death of Jesus, who died so that we could have new life. Jesus was the master teacher. And what we share with Jesus is what we call Christ consciousness. This is not something that's limited no matter what a person's practice is. This is a conscious recognition of being connected to a source that is all present, all powerful, all knowing, all loving. It's a consciousness of connection. It's a consciousness that we're not separate from anything else. It's a consciousness that says there's no duality. There is only that one life. And we learn this in Science of Mind. This is what we believe. We believe in the immortality of the soul, in the ongoing presence. We believe that once we leave here, we step into a greater yet to be, to continue to evolve in the way that we express. And we all express so magnificently. I don't know what I'm doing to create feedback, but I think I should stand over here. I don't have that kind of power, Janice. Please don't feed that notion, because I got this little thing called an ego that kind of likes to step in and take over and encourage people to say, okay, we're going to take 5 minutes, and we can spend 5 minutes of my talk with all of you telling me how wonderful I am. That's not going to serve the greater good, though. You know, what I wanted to pose to you is a question, because we have lots of good learning, but is there an area, where is that one place, and everybody has one, I have one, is there a place where you feel stuck? Is there some aspect of your life? Are you thinking, man, my life would be absolutely perfect if it wasn't for? There's that one place, there's that one sticking point. It may not be something left over from yesterday or today. It may be something that we've been carrying for our whole lives. It could be a grief. More likely than not, it's a grievance. And what happens to us is we find ourselves enclosed in a tomb. There's a piece of us that feels like we've been victimized. Somebody really treated me bad. It was awful what they did to me. It never should have happened. My life should not be this way because. And it's real nice to say that, well, because I didn't get this person to do these things to me, I'm entitled to feel bad about it. They did this to me. He, she, they did this to me. But we're stuck in the past. We are enclosed in that tomb, a tomb not unlike the one they put Jesus in. There's that big stone. This grievance, this sense of victimhood, this feeling of less than that came from somewhere. I don't know where it came from. There are many sources. This is standing in the way of me stepping out into what I was created to be. That magnificence. What's holding me back? Now, there's something that this might be controversial. Something that I'm going to talk about is forgiveness. And God has absolutely nothing to do with forgiveness. And now, the reason that God has nothing to do with forgiveness is that we are made from God's stuff. Individual expressions of God. God never holds anything against any of us in the first place. Ever. Never. There is nothing that any of us can do that is going to make us gain extra favor with God, that's going to make us love God more than God already does. How's that possible? We're made from God. God is love. All that God is love. And so there can be no grievance. There can be no dissatisfaction. There can be no imperfection of any kind, grievance. Now, that's not to say that your pain isn't real, because people do things that are not kind to one another. We do have grievances. We do have things that happen to us. These things aren't pleasant. To forgive is divine. It's a divine act to forgive. Now, let me be clear about what forgiveness is not. It's not condoning what people have done to us. It's not saying that that stuff is okay. It's not saying that the pain that was caused to us is not real. It's not saying either of those things. But forgiveness allows us to step back from these things that have happened and take a different view. How have these things shaped us? Invariably for me, I find that every catastrophe that has taken place in my life at some point in time has worked out for the better in the long run. I might not look like a guy that's gone to jail, but some of you have come into the door and you've heard me make the remark as I hold the door for you, as they used to say to me in my misguided youth, in you go. And that's sort of the reference that I'm making when I say that. We confine ourselves when we walk around with grievance, when we walk around in these stuck places. Forgiveness is a key to resurrecting ourselves. It's moving away all of the negative energy to tap into the source. The source of God within is the source and supply of all our good. We step into that. When we hold grievances against people, and I can tell you, there's nothing, absolutely nothing that's less fruitful than being pissed off at somebody that's been dead for 30 years. It just doesn't work. Because what's the resolution? What are you expecting to get from these people? And I'll tell you, if you're anything like me, the person you're going to have the greatest grievance against on any given day, whether you know it or not, is the one that's staring at you when you're brushing your teeth. We say things to ourselves that we would take a baseball bat to other people if they spoke to us that way. We're unkind to ourselves. We're unforgiving. We always think that we should be better, or do better, and know better. When we make a mistake, we say things to ourselves like, how could I have been so stupid? I should have known better. I should have asked somebody. I should have did. When you start shooting all over the place, it doesn't smell very good. I don't want you to spend any time shooting all over yourselves. There's a new life available to us every day. And we don't have to wait for another day. If I make a mistake, which I find myself really practicing hard or working hard when I'm driving a car. This gives us opportunities to practice forgiveness. The further you have to go, the more opportunities you'll have to do it. I drove here from Aurora, People do interesting, perhaps what I would label unspiritual things behind the wheel of a car. And what is that? What is that little burst of anger? Where does that come from? For me, I find that a lot of times when I'm irritated over little things, or somebody comes at you or me, and for some reason they respond to something you say or do, and it's way over the top, I can guarantee you that the thing they come at you about is not the thing that's eating their lunch. It has something to do with something that is going on within them. Death and resurrection are all an inside job. This is an inside job. We have inner reworkings. The practice of science of mind, the practice of meditation is all about an inner rearrangement because we have forgotten who we are. We've forgotten that divine spark that we were sent here with. And I promise you, no matter what you've done or how many mistakes you've done, that spark hasn't gone anywhere. It is sitting there. It's like a pilot light, and it's waiting for you to reignite it. And forgiveness can help us do that. Forgiveness can move us out of that place of grievance into a place of understanding. We can start having compassion for others when we start to understand that we're connected. There's no difference between me and the people I have grievance with. The thing that triggers me is that they're so much like me, I want to choke them. It's like watching an old black and white Western, somebody that is just like me. You know, this town's not big enough for both of us. He must be destroyed. And that's not a good way to look at it. Those who bring out things in us, whatever that reaction is, we're standing in front of a mirror. And the things they do may not be very pleasant. If I can assume that they're doing the best they can, I might have a chance. I have to step back. We pray for others, you know. Prayer helps to have the negative energy removed, to look at this person in a different way. Praying for people doesn't mean, please God, drop a bus on him. It's not what I'm talking about. It's stepping into that understanding and that knowing that this person's doing the best they can and that they're a reflection of us. Turning our thoughts to how we can be helpful. All of this stuff is counterintuitive, but this is our way. This is the way we walk. Love. We want to step into those divine pillars. Those pillars of divinity, we want to live in those. Love, truth, peace, joy. The 4 pillars of divinity. There's a guy in this room that taught me that those were the 4 pillars. He even wrote it down. I'd recommend the book that he wrote to anybody. And what I've come to understand is when you take all of these qualities that God is, the love, the peace, the joy, the truth, and you combine all of them, seek out one of these things. This is what resurrection is about. We seek out these pillars. We keep asking the questions. Always ask questions. Many times things aren't going to be clear to us, but there's something within that's calling us to a better place. There's something within us that knows that we are more than we've given ourselves a chance to be. And we want to step into that. We want to step into that newness. It's frightening to do that. We may have had life strategies that, lashing out, anger, manipulation. We've probably done things that we're not proud of. But these failed life strategies that may have worked to give us some short measure of temporary relief are not permanent. The things that are permanent are love, truth, peace, and joy. And the truth of who we were created to be. We know that God is perfect, whole, and complete in form and substance, all that God makes by divine design is perfect, whole, and complete in form and substance. So the question is, what's mine to do? What has to die inside of me to step into that magnificence that I was created to be? What do I have to let go of? And it can be scary if all we've known is those things that we clung to. But those things aren't the eternal, real things. We have that Christ consciousness, that divine spark within, and meditation is the way to get to that. And meditation isn't designed to make us comfortable or float off the cushion. It's to figure out what this is up to. We got to know what this is up to. This often tries to sabotage us and tell us we're less than, and tell us that we're apart from, and tell us that we're different than, and tell us that everything is awful. Don't you know the world's on fire? We might come to that conclusion if we watch the news every day. But that's not the truth of who we are, because in the middle of this is this divine source that made everything and everyone, and we are all connected, no matter what language we speak. Each and every one of us is precious. Forgiveness is precious. And we want to free ourselves. We want to free ourselves from the ways that we've shortchanged ourselves, from the ways that we viewed things, from the mistakes that we've made, and step into a greater understanding of what love is like, what life is like. And so I'd like for you to just sit back and take the deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment. And think of that one thing that has been weighing on your heart, whether it's been weighing on your heart for a day or for 25 years, it doesn't matter. Feel that thing. Feel it within, because it's real. But what's more real is that perfect life, that divine spark within you. And quietly say to yourself, I let go of this story that I've been carrying, because this story is not me. I am one with the ultimate love, perfect, whole, and complete in form and substance by divine design. I no longer want to let this grievance, this rock from the past, encase me in a tomb. I slide aside that rock at this moment right now and step out of the grievance into forgiveness. I release this, and I know that I can now express fully as the divine would have me express. And I walk every day knowing that love, truth, peace, and joy are my constant companions, and they shield me from any and every sense of limits. Please join me in prayer. I know that this one perfect life that is God permeates all creation, everything, everyone, everywhere. And at this point in time, I know that a newness of life, a newness of being, and a new sense of possibility flood my being every moment of every day. And that everyone around me here is connected to me, and that we are all one, and that our lives all matter. As I move into this new possibility, I take others with me. I leave everybody and everything that I come in contact with better than I find it, because the divine spark within me recognizes the divine spark within each and every one of them. And together our hearts and minds open as we step into new possibilities, fueled by forgiveness, into a new world where love and tolerance, patience, compassion, and oneness rule our thinking, rule our feelings and emotions. And through this conscious awareness and through this togetherness, we create a world that works for everyone, everywhere, all the time. When we do this with loving kindness, I give thanks for each and every divine spark in this space with me, those within the sound of my voice that hear this message later, and those everywhere in the universe, wherever they may be, and release these words into law where they are already done at the intersection of right here and right now, by that one source that knows how to mold, make, shape, and create all the good there is, everywhere, all the time. I let this go, I let it be. Together we affirm, and so it is.
We let the words wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be.
This is the point in the service where we get to express our gratitude for all that we've been given and for all that we are and all that we have to give. We know that all of the gifts that are given with joy in the knowledge that all of these things that we collect are used for the betterment of the Parker community, for the mission of CSL everywhere. And that these gifts bring multiply. We are so grateful for all the gifts that we've been given. And we know that we are in a reciprocal universe, and that as we give, we receive, and that in order for the law of circulation to be met, we have to receive as well. And we do this with grace and ease. We do this with great desire and warmth. And we know that these gifts will make this community better and make the world we live in better. And so it is.
There's a message here about purpose. We've all got bills to pay and things to do. Sometimes you gotta strip that away and focus on what you're here for. You gotta hang it up and focus on your rap game.
Sensei. You know, we forgot to remind me.
Light a flame for the ones you love. Light another for the connection you share. Speak the truth of your condition. I'm tired of seeing all my people suffer run. I got a call from my homie who's in a prison of types. He's like, my days and my nights are under fluorescent lights. But it's the cubicle walls, man, that'll drive you insane. So I told him, hang it up and focus on your rap game. It ain't about the bling bling. We've been distracted for too long, man. It's time to focus on the rap thing. That's my jam, that's my song. It feels so right, you know it couldn't be wrong. And your rap game is anything, from the hobbyist novelist to the Padawan Jedi seeker of the inner eye, of the samurai. Go and know your ninja name. Go and do your inner thing and focus on you. I threw this song to my friend. He's like, what are you fooling in? The only outcome is people crying, who was the hooligan? Normally I'd agree, but I'm going under the pseudonym MC, taking the Macarena and making it cool again. Light a flame for the ones you love. Light another for the connection you share. Unshackle and break these chains. I gotta hang it up and focus on my rap game. It ain't about the bling bling. We've been distracted for too long, man. It's time to focus on the rap thing. That's my jam, that's my song. It feels so right, you know it couldn't be wrong. And your rap game is anything, from the hobbyist novelist to the Padawan Jedi seeker of the inner eye, of the samurai. Go and know your ninja name. Go and do your inner thing and focus on your rap game. I've tried to conform myself to this world. Sometimes the fit's not there. In trying to see what's in this box, I've realized that I'm just served you up the second course of the course, and I'm loving the sound. But we can't just keep repeating it, so I'm breaking it down. We should know each other better. Pull up a chair, we'll dive deeper into these lyrics, man, and how we got there. The deepest respect to all of those who have come before us, the artists, the magic they've taught us, the styles that they've brought us. But there's this doubt from within me. This unconventional delivery is gimmicky. The chemistry's like oil and water, but I can't listen to nada. When I ja acapella with fellas so stellar, we gelled it with rock, melted the place. I grew up in a grunge band with parents who listened to Motown. Result is a man that has many tastes. The only thing that's for certain, when no one's looking behind a curtain, I'm upstairs writing and working and bumping the bass. And I've come to be sure, the only gimmick that limits me is denying it. I'm not vying, I'm owning the space. Cause I'm a dancer, a singer, a father, a teacher, a multi-dimensional human being. Try to run in the race. So rush and get your bucket list, reverse the first and last thing. Go and get it, man. Focus on your rap game. It ain't about the bling bling. We've been distracted for too long, man. It's time to focus on the rap thing. That's my jam, that's my song. It feels so right, you know it couldn't be wrong. And your rap game is anything, from the hobbyist novelist to the Padawan Jedi seeker of the inner eye, of the samurai. Go and know your ninja name. Go and do your inner thing and focus on your rap game. Da 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 da. You gotta hang it up and focus on your rap game. Thank you. Happy Easter. How about this band?
Oh, man. Testing. Now we're back. We are grateful for all of this abundance that is poured forth so freely from each and every one of us here in this space. And we know that as we put ourselves out there, that we have access to an unlimited source that continues to flow in, around, through each of us as us. We give thanks for the good that these gifts can do out in the world, and we continue to pour out with no limits. We're so grateful for this opportunity and give thanks to each and every one here. I release these words into the law where they're already done in the universal mind. I let this go, I let it be, and so it is. We give thanks for all that we are, and we give thanks for the rhythm of life that involves death and life, because we know that death is not permanent. There's always more life, and we know that we must die to all of the limits we've set for ourselves to step into the truly limitless magnificence that each and every one of us are as we go out into the world, knowing that everyone and everything that comes in contact with us is better because we have been there. We give thanks for each divine soul here, for every divine soul in our lives everywhere, and for all of God's magnificence and creation, and for our own lives and journeys. And release these words into divine law where they're already done in the universal mind. I let this go, I let it be, and together we affirm, and so it is. Time for Easter eggs and chocolate.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making the new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making the new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making the new world now. Again, we are making the new world. Top of your lung. Making the new world now. Give it up.
We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy.